Hi, this is Sarnia Inspires, prenatal and postnatal fitness coach. So I have a question for you today. Are you taking care of everybody else's needs except for your own, and you find yourself running on empty? As moms, it can be so easy to take care of everybody else's needs while not taking care of our own needs. Just like the typical saying that we are all familiar with, that you cannot pour from an empty cup. But guess what? Do you know what comes out of an empty cup? Nothing. So when you are running on empty and you're still trying to pour into others and pour, you're not pouring anything out because you are running on empty. So today, I want to share with you 2 principles to stop running on empty in motherhood. Number 1 is to master the art of saying no. Yes, I know. No can sometimes be a hard word to say. But in order for you to stop running on empty, you have to master the art of saying no. There's a lot vying for your attention. We all have 24 hours in a day and enough energy to get through one day, and there is only so much that you can do on one day. Because remember, mom, you are a human being, not a human doing. So mastering the art of saying no is so important so that you can stop running on empty in motherhood. So one question I want you to ponder on: what is it, and even who, do you have to say no to so that you can prioritize your self-care? So that was principle number 1. Principle number 2 to stop running on empty and motherhood is to be very intentional about taking time out for yourself. Even if it is for just 10 minutes a day, taking time out for yourself, either to go for a walk, enjoy a nice cup of coffee or tea, either by yourself or with a friend, call a friend, go for a bike ride, exercise, dance around, listen to a podcast, audiobook, read a book. Whatever it is very important that you take time out for yourself so that you can stop running on empty in motherhood. For many of my clients, prioritizing their fitness goals is their way of prioritizing their self-care. And of course, in the beginning, they didn't see it like that. At first, it was like, oh, wow, I am taking time away from work. I am taking time away from my kids. I am taking time away from my family to exercise. But then, after just taking the time for themselves to exercise, to pour into themselves, they noticed that they had a lot more energy to pour back into their loved ones, to pour back into their work, to pour back into everything else that they have going on, and that allowed them to pour from an overflow as opposed to a filled cup. And there is a big difference between a filled cup and a cup that is overflowing. And the goal is to pour from an overflow. An overflow, it just means that you have more than enough. So that means when you are pouring into everything else in your life, it means that you are pouring from the overflow that you have. And when you pour from an overflow, you cannot run on empty, because what you are giving is the overflow. Your cup stays full. You are giving others into the overflow. So in order for you to pour from the overflow, you have to, number 1, master the art of saying no. And number 2, you have to be very intentional about taking time out for yourself. So my action step for you: what is something that you can do this week so that you can pour not just from a filled cup, but so that you can pour from an overflow? My name is Sarnia Inspires, prenatal and postnatal fitness coach.